How you doing, man? This KO.
What's happening, dog?
Man, listen, I hate, well, I ain't gonna use the word hate, but Akademiks, man, is not no journalist. And I hate how, you know what I'm saying, people empower him, you know what I'm saying, by acting like they're scared of the man when it's just most of the time his view and his opinion. He's very biased. He don't go off facts. You know what I'm saying? He was very biased against, you know, Kendrick. Kendrick clearly, you know what I'm saying, did what he had to do. And, you know, I just don't understand how the man get, you know, this much. I don't understand how everybody fear him like that.
I don't think nobody fears him. I think you have a group of people that hate him, right? How could you give him that much energy to figure out why you hate him? Right? Like the emotions. I'm not mad if you do. I'm just saying, so what's going to happen? Because if I hate somebody, something going to happen to him. The only person something ain't going to happen to if I hate is Michael Jordan.
I was just about to say, right? Michael Jordan, the only person, right? Haven't said on the swivel.
The only one that I wouldn't saying, right? It's like, I don't think people have fear of Act. I don't think that's true. I think record people in the record business had a value for Act. People in the record business had a value for Act. I don't think Act gives two fucks about people in the culture. Like I said, they were just having a conversation. I said this thing last week. I'm like, bro, you won't even do nothing for the niggas in Chicago. These niggas made you a billionaire. It's just, to me, it's just, we're wasting time. Again, even being in a real nigga's mouth is valuable.
Why you had to say that?
I meant what I said.
No, pause.
But you know what? I know AD and them boys from back on Fig, you know what I'm saying? Them people who you fuck with and all, that's cool. But I don't like how they try to give him credit as being a journalist, you know what I'm saying? And just give him, you know what I'm saying, certain credit that I don't think he deserves. It kind of feels like, you know what I'm saying, they kind of scared of it. I don't know if scared the right word, you know what I'm saying, afraid.
No, they see value in being aligned with him.
But, I'm sorry, what's your name, brother, again?
My name KO.
KO. Hey, where you from, KO?
Savannah, Georgia.
Okay, all right. Hey,
yeah.
So I think the problem is that we don't want to, calling him a journalist is not a stretch.
What he's saying is because the homies on Back on Fig, Terrell, somebody on the show called him a journalist.
But
there's people that disagree with my thoughts, but I'm okay with people. Listen,
but my thing is he is a journalist.
He's not a journalist. Well, okay. He's not a journalist.
So by the definition of the word journalist, he's a journalist.
Well,
now,
so there's an underlying.
You gotta get a degree to be.
He's not a reporter.
No, so there's a simple thing about
you gotta get a real loud degree to be a journalist. Yeah,
I think he's a commentator,
bro.
No. You don't have to.
You can't just report on some shit and say you a journalist.
That might be true.
That ain't how that goes.
You wouldn't just let anybody say they're a doctor.
And like Stephen A, what's going on right now with Stephen A? Hey, Stephen A is a real live journalist.
And he just stopped.
You know what I'm saying? These are real live.
No, hey, dude, hey, so look, I hate to y'all know I'm not no Act fan, dude. I'm not no fan of Act.
No, starting to seem like
no, I'm not. Nigga, I don't like Act.
It's not because you think
but I'm just saying though. I'm just saying,
you
like,
can't
guys,
make him a journalist. He's not no journalist, bro.
Let's just go look at the definition of journalist. It doesn't say degree in there. You don't have to have a degree to be a journalist.
But it don't say for a doctor you have to have a degree neither.
And some niggas get called a doctor.
I'm talking about somebody.
No. You're not no official doctor unless you got some type of degree or some type of, study to go behind that. That man is not no journalist. And I think the people,
anybody can practice journalism too. It said no license.
There we go.
Anybody can, but you got to go to school.
No, that's not what that means. God, that's what I'm saying. Now, I'm not saying if he a respected journalist.
So here's the thing.
I'm not saying he's a respected journalist.
So by definition, a journalist is a person who collects, writes, and shares news and information with the public through newspaper, magazines, television, radio, and websites.
Well, he doesn't do that.
Yes, that is what he does.
What he does.
But here's the
thing. He collects and research and writes.
But here's the thing.
No, because if you go further into that definition, they also say opinion.
But here's a thing that makes it different, right? And here's a thing that makes it nuanced. Instead, a journalist is generally defined by the act of regularly gathering, verifying, and disseminating news and facts and information. So that's kind of where, like, I wouldn't call Stephen A. a journalist today. I don't think what Stephen A. does today is really. There was a time Stephen A. was a journalist, right? But I think today what he does is he has a television show and it's acting.
He speaks on things.
Right? It's acting. So he's acting a certain way and he's kind of giving his perspective. And I think that's closer. Like, we are in a weird space. Much love, big dog. I'm on you, KO.
Yeah, like, I don't think he's a good journalist. But again, I'm not giving him credit for being a.
We're not going to good or bad journalist. We're saying there's an underlining theme to a journalist that's under the definition. Somebody that's disseminating fact as that's the core being. Good afternoon.
Hey, what's up, Glass?
What's up with it, dog?
Man, you got it, man. You got it. It's that blue. This is Southside Blue Division.
That's that part right there, homeboy. That part right there.
Yeah,
man. Dog.
Yeah. Hey, look, check this out, man. We are giving these people too much time and space, man. You know, I think at 50-something years old and being a part of the culture, you know, I go all the way back with hip hop and seeing it evolve. And I remember back when, you know, fighting wasn't a good thing. You know, you had to be, you know, kind of like our culture in the street. You had to be stamped. You had to be certified. Like with the Blue Division, you can't be no sucker and talking about you with the Blue Division. You know, I think we need to get back to that. That's how we got these Drakes and these this boy we're talking about. You know, we giving it. It's almost like the culture has switched over to like this snitch thing, man. Like it's cool to run your mouth.
But the thing is, that's not the culture. So like what's happening is,
no, it's not.
Just listen. What's happening is the internet has allowed people not from the culture to bridge with people from street urban culture. So what's happening is we're looking at them typing and tweeting certain things and we're associating them with the culture, right? So we like, okay, they one of us, right? Because they got a Twitter and they tweet some hip slang word or they act like they this. But the truth is, we're not going to walk into a barbershop and nobody would ever say that. When you grow up, how we grew up and where we grew up in street urban culture, that's not going to be the consensus. So I think what's being confused.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that's our fault for allowing that?
No, because the internet, we didn't allow it. The internet gives people a voice. So with the internet, it gives people a voice without accountability. Like social media, YouTube gave somebody a voice to be in a conversation without actually having to be in danger. Like, right? It's like it's like somebody that went on a safari, right? And then like there's a gate right there. It's like the zoo. People that go to the zoo thinking they understand how to deal with everything happening behind the bars. So it's not hip hop's fault. Hip hop is just the culture is just the culture. But now, feel me, people on the internet can talk as if. Like, but this is not just happening in hip hop, bro. Like, it's happening in boxing. Like, we was talking about a dude the other day, and I was telling Coach don't necessarily agree. I'm like, I could tell that dude don't know the first thing about boxing. I be watching people who be going around tasting food, act like they know the first thing about cooking, telling people what to add into their food. They don't know about that. This is happening in every walk of life, as far as a bunch of people not fully aware with what's going on, right? And not having to deal in any level of accountability to still be able to report it. Like 20 years ago, 20 or 30 years ago, you couldn't have went to Chicago and talked about what was going on. You would have to go there. You'd have to go there. You eventually gonna have to make a trip there. You're gonna have to like the book that
your way back in the 80s and 90s. So I was coming out there.
Yeah, you gotta go out. You have to go out and you'd have to go out and actually experience it. You'd have to go be a part. Journalists.
Right.
Like there was journalists who got into fights with rappers because some things they didn't say.
For sure.
So now a person could actually not do anything. They don't have, it's not required for them to be accountable. That's what social media does. So no, it's not. I don't blame hip hop for that. No.
That internet that messing stuff up then.
My dog, we own you, bro.
And social media took the facts out of things.
It's not facts. People are entertained by lies.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, people just want to be entertained, and he's really. It's like he's found a way to entertain the average Joe of America, the average person of America. That's it. And it's about something that they're ignorant in as well.
Let me clear something real fast because I tripped. Look, fuck it. Y'all want to say Act ain't no journalist? I'm with that. Let me. I don't know what I was doing. Let me stop trying to argue. I'll start thinking about this. I'm like, why am I arguing for this nigga? But no, hey, Act ain't no journalist. Fuck him. He ain't no journalist.
I think Act is a media personality.
He's media. I could go with that. Fuck it. He ain't no.
I think he's a media.
LT, forgive me. I'm my bad, guys. He's not a journalist.
So it's like, but it's not. So some people say the panel. Me and Trap talk about this. I agree in the sense that I feel like there's certain things culturally we have to be aligned with. And I do think it's way too much believing it's entertaining just watching a bunch of people argue simple shit. But you can't help that people just feel like they think that means something to them. I agree. I tell Trap I hate all the time, wasting time. Like we had a conversation on the Gatekeepers where somebody was saying you don't have to respect the legends. And I was just thinking to myself, like, this is a conversation on this platform is absolutely crazy.
Jesus.
Don't respect the legends.
Like, why would that even be the thought to disseminate?
But see, that's why I walk that back, because I'm all about being aligned with the greater good. And
that was a good episode, though.
If the greater good is him not being a journalist, I'm with that. I'm aligned with you guys.
And so my thing is, like, when I first said Act is not a journalist, I understand why it came across hasty and why he could be offended by it. But I think he's more of a media personality based off of YouTube, right? He's a vlogger, right? That's what he does. He's a streamer. But a journalistic take is something rooted in you making it your business to disseminate fact. To disseminate fact. So that's kind of the underlining thing. The general definition, I get the conversation, but then there's this thing about a journalist being somebody that disseminates and verifies facts. And so I think that's what makes a difference. But I will say this, right? Because I heard a lot of the shit he was saying in those things, and I just thought it was interesting. He said over the last 10 years, you did what? You just watched and reported on what you saw?
I was interested in that.
Rappers, you actually I was interested in when he was threatening to bust heads, but you ain't bust one head. What did you do? And this is somebody that really kind of gives you exactly what you did, right? I don't know if I think the war on Chirac is hip hop. I'd be honest, I don't think that's hip hop.